Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss about another scenario based question in Databricks PySpark. So for this scenario, we need to calculate the 3 days rolling average using the given input data set. So we have given with an input data set for 3 different stores, and by using this, we need to calculate the 3 days moving average for each of the stores. So before we start, let's understand what is a 3 days rolling average or moving average, and then we will try to see the step-by-step approach to get it. So here we have taken our input data set where we have given 3 stores data with their invoice dates and sale amount. Now, to understand the 3 days rolling average, let's take DMart store and understand it. So 3 days rolling average means the average of current row along with that 2 previous rows. So for instance, for DMart, this is our first row. This will get considered as the current row. Now if you take a look at here, what are the previous rows for this DMart store prior to this current row? So we will find nothing. So for the first row, the rolling average will be the same value which is there in the first row. But when we move to second, third, fourth and so on, we will have the rows prior to our current rows. So we will start including them. So for instance, if we move to row number 2, this becomes our current row, and if we look at the row prior to this current row, we have another row, that is row number 1 for DMart store. So when we calculate our 3 days rolling average, we will consider these 2 rows for our average calculation. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's move on to Databricks environment. So here I have taken some sample input data as shown in our input data set along with its schema, and I have created a data frame called DF. So here we have our input data set to work with. Now let's create the window specification to partition our data based on store name and sorted based on invoice date. So let's first import the window function from our Databricks PySpark library. So here we have created the Windows specification. Here partition by will partition our data based on the store name, and order by will sort our data based on invoice date. And this row between function will ensure that at any given point in time we only pick 3 rows. So here 0 stands for current row and -2 stands for the previous 2 rows from our current row. Let me import the column function. And also the average function which we are going to use. So now let's calculate the 3 days rolling average using the average function from our PySpark library. So df dot with column, let's call this new column as 3 days rolling average by group, and we will use our average function on sale amount column. Over the Windows specification we have created. And let's display the result. So here we can see that our data is partitioned based on store name and sorted by invoice date. And if we look at the 3 days rolling average, so if you see here, store dmart, the first 3 days rolling average is the same value which we have because there is no row prior to our current row. Then when we move to second row, the second row becomes our current row, and we take these 2 rows into our calculation, and hence we have taken 1700 plus 800 divided by 2, and the average we have got as 1250. Similarly, when we move to row number 4, we will take these 3 rows into consideration, and the average we have got as 2700. So that is how we can calculate the 3 days rolling average. I hope it is clear to you. That's all for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.